This is a few days of fishing, exploring, and testing the limits of the new Skiff.
What is up? My dog's lost in here. Beautiful, beautiful morning. We're out here on the Saltwater 12 micro skiff, and we're looking for big tarpon and big snook, maybe some big jack, but mainly big tarpon and snook. Today's video is sponsored by Catchco, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Right now we're cruising down the river looking for rollers, and we're going to set up here and start bombing maybe some top waters around. Oh, this wasn't where I was going to stop, but two absolutely enormous tarpon just rolled in front of me. Alright, currently making my way deep into the river. Spent this morning flipping around for bigger tarpon out in the main section, and nothing really happened. Saw some pretty big fish, but just I was a little late to the punch. So right now we're sneaking way back, and we're going to look for big snook, maybe some small to medium sized tarpon. Oh, alright, we have made it way back in the river. I'm just throwing a fluke on a weighted swim bait hook that I actually picked up off Shop Carl's. I can leave links down below to Shop Carl's, but I don't think there's a better bait. Also, it's casted directly into the tree. I don't think there's a better bait for catching tarpon than a white fluke or a terrorize. So those two baits are money. So we're gonna fluke it up, see if we can whack some little river tarpon. But a fluke's also so good because a big giant snook will scarf this thing down as well. There's a tarpon, I think. Actually, I don't not know what just hit my freaking line. Oh, yes, a little tarpon. Okay, there we go. That was a super strange eat for a tarpon, to be honest, but we're hooked into one. Just a little river boy, but beautiful nonetheless. And there he goes. I'm quite okay with that one hopping off. I see a largemouth bass swimming up here, which I might try to catch it just more because it's funny than anything else. Oh my gosh, that thing was aggressive. What? Let's try that again. That was kind of hilarious. There we go. Oh, not a largemouth, a snook. I am almost certain there was a largemouth bass up there. I guess this might be a little better. Consolation snook. I just came up on this flat up here in the river, and there's a nice red sitting there, but he wasn't having none of it. No, yeah, there's a largemouth right there. Okay, I'm not tripping. There's a largemouth and a snook sitting next to each other. Thank you, buddy. Slap you in gently. Get you on your way. Hey guys, real quick, just want to let you know that today's video is sponsored by Catchco. Like I mentioned, if you don't know what Catchco is, they are an awesome company that makes a bunch of really great lures. They actually help produce my line of lures, the Salt Native stuff. I do it in collaboration with them. So the shrimp I'm catching all my fish on in this video, the Beast Walker that I caught that giant jack on in the other video. There's paddle tails, diving plugs, bucktails, spoons, tons of good stuff. They also make a ton of really great soft plastics and hard baits. I'll leave a link down below where you can go check it out. Couldn't recommend it more. All right, back to the video. Well, it is raining, so we're gonna make this quick. It was absolutely torrentially downpouring all morning, and now we're at a slight drizz. So we're gonna go out and see if we can catch some redfish, snook, tarpon, trout, anything that's biting. If we catch something worth keeping, we might keep it, bring it home, make some food. But we're gonna go get after it and hopefully catch some big fish. All right, this morning, starting off throwing the skelly shrimp. This is a bait made by Salt Native that I worked with Catchco to help create. Root beer chartreuse, basically can't go wrong with that color if you're in any water that isn't crystal clear. One of the best colors of all time for shrimp, paddle tails, anything. We're just gonna bounce it along the mangroves, work a nice edge, get some cast deep in cover, and maybe pull out a red or a snook. There's the fish. Oh, I can't tell what this is. I think it's a small snook, maybe. Man, I thought he was so much bigger than he actually was. Just a little snook, start the morning, but get the monkey off her back and start moving in the right direction here. Hoping, oh, okay. That is the best way to release that thing. I'm hoping that we find a nice red today. That would be most div. Oh, someone ate that as it was falling. Try to put that back in there. My line was like tight. Oh, it's like a horde of mangrove snappers. Okay. I was like, oh, is it snook? Is it redfish? Or is like literally like 50 mangrove snappers shot out from underneath there? Makes a lot more sense. But I'll be damned. That is a keeper mangrove. I don't think we'll keep him, but it is awesome. Probably about an 11-inch mangrove snapper right there. He would be keeper. Limit to 10, but we'll throw him back. I think we're gonna try to hold off to see if we can catch like a red or a trout. But I mean, if we end up catching like a 15-inch mangrove, like a really big one, which is pretty rare inshore, then yeah, sure, whatever. I'll keep him, but not that one.
The wind was really starting to pick up on me, so I decided it was time to sneak into the back country to see if we could find some red, snook, or tarpon tucked way up in the mangroves.
I think if I see a redfish, I'm hoping this egret doesn't scare it. There he is. Snook. Not a bad one. Oh, there. Now we're talking. Hidden in this little back pocket. So cool. I was sitting there looking at these two giant horse mullets swimming around, and I could not tell because it was so like dusty back here if there were redfish or just big bronze black mullet. And then I saw this little guy just creeping real slow. Not a huge one, but a decent snook, man. Ooh, buddy. He's trying to do something to me right now. He's directly under my boat. Get out of here. Just sitting under it. Just sitting under it. Oh, he engulfed this thing too. Oh, what a fish. What a beautiful fish. We're being really ginger with them because I'm running only 30 fluoro on here, and that shrimp is down the hatch. Come to daddy. And we got him. Beautiful snook, probably about 25 inches, I bet, 26 maybe. Skelly shrimp right in the corner pocket where it's supposed to be. We'll just send Buddy on his way nice and easy. Beautiful fish. I mean, we are literally pushing over dirt right now. This is insane. How cool would it be if we just saw like a big fat red crawling? I could easily run my outboard in here. It's deep enough, but it's just so cool and like serene drifting through here on the paddle. Trying to follow the water line here, like where the contours are from, you know, thousands of years of running water, because we're at dead low right now. Or like the very end of the outgoing, so it is as shallow as can freaking be. So you can really, if you're paying close attention, you can see where it's deeper from, you know, years and years of current cutting out a deeper edge. We're just gonna try our best to follow that. Looks like it goes right here. It just like randomly drops off super freaking deep right here. And I scared a giant school of sand perch and a huge croaker, like probably like a 20-inch croaker, not a redfish. A nice red, I think. No, snook. Dang. I mean, I'm stoked on snook, but I'm really hoping to catch a red to kind of round out our species today. Beautiful little snook deep in the mangrove forest. Really nice deep pocket here. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I just threw that shrimp over the top of that log and the snook came from over top of the log and ate this shrimp. That was sick. Not a big one, but that was really freaking cool, man. Really freaking cool. Quick pop, little ham bone. We'll put him right back on his tree that he was on. The scaly shrimp has been killer. Killer, killer. We're right at the bottom of incoming now. I didn't really mind. Man, this is so dope. I didn't really mind taking my time getting through that mangrove tunnel because one, caught 2 fish, but 2, I was at the very, very end of outgoing, and now we're at the bottom of incoming, and I'm not missing out a ton by not fishing the slack tide, and the current was still moving through that tiny finger canal because it's so small, and so a lot of current can move through there, even if it's not very powerful. But now the tide should be switching around, and maybe the bite will fire up for us here. Either way, it's been awesome, awesome day. Both perched on the sandbar. It's got a nice deep cut right here. We're gonna work. A tiny, tiny little blue crab in that tide pool. He would get annihilated by a sheep's head or like a black drum. Oh, nice. Oh, damn it. It was like a 24-inch snook. I threw it at his tail and he did a complete 180 and ate. Not a huge one. That was cool though.
After a full day of pretty mediocre fishing, the wind really started to fire up on me, so I decided it was time to navigate our way through the back channels and make our way back home. But we had a nice about 4-mile idle head first into the wind to get back to the ramp, but it was all good.